All right, welcome everyone to a Sunday morning, and this is like the second last Sunday of this year. So, welcome everyone for the annual reflection and planning workshop. So, the format is we have 11 questions for today. We'll have 3 minutes for reflecting on your own, and then 2 minutes to go through others' responses and just have a quick group reflection in the chat. So, let's start with the first one. So, I will put the question in the chat. Take 3 minutes to think of the answer. You can close your eyes, you can type it out however you want. You can do that. Don't press enter yet. So I want that everyone shares their answer at the same time so that there's no bias. If you don't want to share certain parts of it, that's up to you. But I would highly recommend that you put something in the chat by the end of the timer, because in some sense the force of the time, the deadline, that time pressure forces you to reveal your true preferences. So you can always say कि हाँ I will answer this question at my own time बाद में कभी तो, but वो बाद में कभी आता नहीं है. So I would recommend कि you do that in the timer itself. So let's start with the first question. The first question I have shared in the chat. What is something that you know now that you did not know last December? So we are at 21st December 2025. What is something, like looking back, what is something that you did not know in December of last year and you now know? So that is your first question. I will put the timer up in the in you on my video. You will see a timer starting. So you have seen. Okay, let me just pause it. Okay, so you'll see the timer on the top left of my video box, and I'll start it now. And at the end of 3 minutes, we can put the answer in the chat. All right, let's go. 2 minutes down, last minute to go. Last 15 seconds. what I want you to do now is just type the answer in the chat, and at zero, you can press enter. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you can press enter now. All right, we'll spend 2 minutes going through the answers. You can also go through. I'll just read it out quickly. I just heard about AI now to some extent through some online learnings. I've started exploring using AI. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that I was slowly losing some part of myself and that I can get it back. I didn't know that I had it in me to love and respect people beyond the hurt. Okay, that's pretty deep. Rashid says I can handle max two hard projects from different domains at the same time. I think that's a pretty good reflection. We feel that, yeah, I think this is something like very personal to everyone. Like Rashid says, two projects. For me, I feel that I can handle only one project at a time. But yeah, that's a good realization about yourself. Rutvik says, importance of playing to my strengths. It is important to work on what you're aligned with. Else, very easy to have shitty days every day. Very true. Changing guilt to regret helps have a much better relationship with myself. Feedback cycles for PMs is going to very small with the introduction of AI. Oh my God, Pallavi is here. Yes, yes, Pallavi, welcome. That's very true. Gen Z is better suited to write prompts than us. All right, that's interesting. It's like along with digital native, they are more handy in learning AI. All right, similar to millennials adopting digital very fast as compared to Gen X. Testing is going to be very different ball game for sure. Last year, I was able to spend much time with family and personal. That's very nice. I thought maybe I'm wasting time while others are hustling, but this year was very busy. I couldn't even meet anyone properly. I definitely understood importance of taking time off, thinking other than work. That's pretty cool. I'm working on a project in my company. I was confident that I can scale it. Realize now that's not the case. I will need to learn things to make it good. Again, pretty good reflections. All right. Uh, 2 minutes are up. Let's go to the next question. Next question I want you to think about is what were the highlights of this year? Any valuable life lessons you learned this year? Something new that you did for the first time, or something lucky that you feel that happened to you? So, again, let's take 3 minutes to type it out, and yeah, let's go. Feel free to close your eyes to look back. That I have seen has always helped me whenever reflecting back. Just close your eyes and just think what were the highlights of this year. All right, we are at the end. 10 seconds remaining. You can type your answer in the chat and you can share it in three, two, one. Let's press enter now. All right. Uh, I was in notice period when my company was taking a layoff decision. Extremely lucky. All right, that's pretty cool. Did for the first time during my switch decision, prioritize my life and what I want from it over mad rush to do make CV look better. Pretty cool. I learned to put communication is the key into practice. I reconnected with old and new people both in tech and non-tech. Learned to find direction. Highlights were changing the job roles which I thought wouldn't be possible for me, but after 6 months I was able to receive even international offers, which really boosted my confidence. That's really great to hear, Pravalika. This year has been a year full of good challenges. I had good learnings using AI and simultaneously learning is helping slowly. Perfect health is a myth, all right. Some health problem are part of your body. Just learn to live with it. I have a high allergies and asthma, all right. Want to try backend project related to AI, got a chance to work. Lucky because one of my friend had a baby and couldn't work on it and he passed it on to me. All right, that's cool. Backend with AI for my first time project. Went beyond the self-doubt, took a bet on myself and started something that I wanted to exist in this world. You can just do things. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Lost 10 kgs. Wow. Okay, that's like I think you need to share some tips in the chat. Maybe you can just click on a reply button in your top right thing in your chat itself. Top right, maybe you can share. Ki, bhai, what did you do to lose 10 kgs in 1 year? That's pretty cool. I worked on my physical fitness, got to a six-pack body. Wow. Okay, you also need to share. Treated myself to an international trip in Indonesia for 10 days. Bought PS5. Amazing. Took first proper sabbatical where I did things to rejuvenate myself and come back with a sense of clarity for the future. They were special because all of these things I should have done 5 years back. All right, all right. Got a new job. Will all things good? Last December, the hopes were less. All right, all right. Cool. Let's move on to the next question. Since we did the highlights, it only makes sense that we do lowlights as well. So, what are the lowlights? Did you suffer any illness or injury this year? Something you lacked, or something unlucky that happened to you? So, let's quickly reflect on that. Same format, 3 minutes. Let's start now. All right, last 10 seconds. You can type it in the chat and press enter in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's and this question was meant as a contrast with the previous one. There's a reason why the ordering is this particular one. We take or we track or we look forward to good things always, but it's also important to reflect on the other side as well because uh, more than anything is important. Like when you take a setback, you actually lose more. So it is important that your health and other things are in good shape as well. Okay, let's go through the chat. Try to learn swimming, couldn't progress beyond a point. Not as mentally calm as I would like to be. Professional life didn't advance much as I would have liked. Relationships are better with some, worse with other. Face challenges in business, also face some health issues. Now I'm on recovery path. That's good. Sinus was bad the whole year, made it difficult to concentrate, was at my all-time low at work. Did not get a promotion in spite being a very good performer. The switch would have been much more done with a confident mindset. Got to know I have arthritis. Also, didn't save money, need to start savings. Twisted my left ankle while playing volleyball. Took full 2 months to recover. Every 3 months, I got injured by back in gym. Don't know why it's happening. Missed the conference talk opportunity, but because I didn't have the visa. Okay, this is wow. This hurts. Had a breakup, figuring out I cannot leave my job just yet because of financial obligations. Couldn't focus on health and gained weight now. Started gym slowly, hoping to be consistent. In college, still upskilling to crack job. All right, all right. Cool, cool. Uh, let's move to the next one. This is a this is sort of like a different question. I don't want to give 30 seconds. This is like a rapid fire thing. So we will not have a timer for this. So whatever comes first in your mind, you have to type it. You might have seen those games, right? कि जो भी सबसे पहले आता है, because that is actually what it is. So no timer for this. Question is, what is your most treasured possession? So whatever first comes to your mind the first, I just want you to type and press enter. And okay, we have some answers already. My body, kids, my knowledge, father's bike, relationships. All right, we have some more folks. Don't think like your answer could be different, and that's totally okay. And that's what this question is meant for. That everyone is different in their own way, and what is most important to you might not be for someone else. So I would love to see some more answers as well. And again, I'm just forcing you to put answer for this is because uh, it gives you your priority very very clearly, because you might say you want this, you want that, but this answer is actually your subconscious, um is where it's focused on, and that is what it will end up manifesting. All right. My father's bike, relationships, respect of my colleagues, close friends and family. All right. All right. Cool. Let's do one more reflection and then we'll go for planning. So let's go for the next question. And this is the age of AI. So I just wanted to reflect on what were your top AI tools and workflows of this year, and just want you to see how have you been using AI this year. So let's take 3 minutes to reflect. It could be in personal life, it could be in professional work setting, however you used it. Just spend 3 minutes to reflect on it, and let's see the answers in 3 minutes. All right, 10 seconds to go. We can type in the answer now. And let's see the answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press enter now. The aim of this question is to actually see how others are using AI, like compared to previous one when it was to focus on your own answer. This time I want you to focus on how everyone else is using it, because that's how you will get more ideas to go through. All right, Perplexity Pro as a personal PA. Use it to plan everything before, after, during my Indonesian trip. For example, it even gave me step-by-step instructions on how to successfully haggle at a street shop and get an item for one third the quoted price. That's amazing. Used it for planning diet, workout, sleep. Use it as our soundboard for random ideas, even chota mota research that I usually do via Google search. Used Gamma for PPTs, ChatGPT for guidance for unanswered questions, and explored Suno.ai. Figma, Gemini, Grok, Cursor, Lovable, Claude, ChatGPT. Personal life, ChatGPT as search engine, professional GitHub Copilot for debugging, navigating legacy code bases, for brief and feature assessment and document discovery. Claude Code, Cursor, Raycast, reduce my writing edit iterations. Plan.md is the best AI workflow I've found so far. For others who have not explored this, do explore Plan.md. Large scale article generation and research, learning a new topic, writing boilerplate code, age old Indian myth exploration. That's interesting. International history and curious facts, puzzles, crossword answer finding via hints. Llama, Gemini, OpenAI, Perplexity, Claude, Klein. Google AI Studio used it for brainstorming, documentation, and research. Whisper Flow, because I've started to hate typing. Whisper Flow is amazing, folks. If anyone here has not installed it, just install it and you will stop typing altogether. You'll just you'll just dictate, and your dictation speed is definitely going to be higher than your typing speed, so you'll unlock a new level of productivity. Like, trust me, like, amazing workflow here. Cursor plus GPT Canvas prototyping, Atlas for getting shit done, especially going through people's calendar and finding a suitable slots. NA10, Granular for meeting notes, Whisper Flow, okay, amazing. For seamless voice to text, Ash for mental health reflections between therapy sessions, Gemini, ChatGPT, Reddit AI for research and planning, V0 for website creation. All right. Perfect. Cool. We are at the halfway mark. Let's move to the future. The first question I want you to reflect on is this: if money was not a constraint, what would you do in 2026? So take 3 minutes to type it out. You feel free to close your eyes to look back, and let's start the timer. What would you do in 2026 if you had $1 billion right now? Which means, apart from money, if money is not the constraint, what would you want to do next year? Let's think about that. All right, we're almost there. You can now type the answer in the chat and press enter in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press enter now. All right, let's go through it. Buy a house. That's, I think, हमारा सबका मेन तो वही है कि let's have that in place. Create a continuous flow of cash from a passive income can be as boring as a rental income too. Okay, that's interesting because अगर money का, even if we have money, then we want some passive income. So I think good to reflect on कि what is the aim of that passive income. Is it just कि हाँ हर महीने कुछ आ रहा है? Because if money is not a constraint, then what problem does this solve? Like house is a psychological need, that's true, but I feel hypothesis that maybe a passive income or some income every month is also a psychological need. So maybe that's something to think about. Have a fire amount deposited in my investment portfolio. Start building my own product, my startup. That's also again very interesting, and I can relate to it because like I feel ki there are people who want to do something. It's even if money is not the motivation, you'll want to wake up and do something. Um, so that's again something to reflect on. Learn to cook different cuisines, travel within India, nooks and crannies, get myself books, start exploring from my own tech startup. All right, we have two startups in the house. Open new sustainable businesses. We have three startups in the house in the hills to generate employment. Generate employment. Okay, that's pretty cool. Work on that startup with my friend without any worries. Go to my hometown, set up a full functioning gym. We have four things now, and prepare for hybrid fitness competitions happening all over the world while taking out time every 2 weeks to travel and pay a visit to a friend. First I will travel across whole world, then will with leftover savings we'll start a company. We have 5 on 5. That's crazy. Travel charity to small children. That's pretty nice. Create new education institute. We have 6 on 6. Work on green revolution. Give away money to people who need better education. Very nice. Only 1 hour intense work daily on my personal projects. Small family trips with similar close friends. And play video games. My man, this is amazing. Work on my startup full time. All right. Retire my parents. That's awesome. Some travel. Finish the house construction. So overall, I think सबको अपना कुछ ना कुछ करने का है. That's pretty interesting to see. All right. ठीक है. Let's move on to the next question. Here अगला सवाल आपके chat screens पे ये रहा. What would you do if you had 6 months to live? If time is a constraint. So last time the question was if money is not a constraint, then what would you do? Now the question is if time is a constraint, then what would you be doing first? So let's think about that. And yeah, timer is up. All right, let's go through the answers. Spend all my time with my husband and mother, people who mean the world to me, two people who mean the world to me. Also, write a book using AI, all right? Because 6 months to finish the book would need AI help for sure. If applicable, buy shit ton of life insurances. Become a monk in Kashi, very interesting. Go to my hometown, set up a fully functioning gym there, and prepare for hybrid fitness. Oh wow, that's the same answer that that he had in the last one. That's pretty cool. Travel and enjoy different cultures and ethnicities. Spend time with kids. Leave job. Spend time with my loved ones. List all the people I love and tell them once and for all how much they mean to me. That's pretty nice. I would spend the first month traveling, the second month reading books, third month learning different cuisines and exploring. Fourth month would be just for myself to accept that I have only 2 months left. Fifth and sixth months would be spent with family and friends. All right. Leave my job, get out of autopilot, maximize intentional time, which I could probably still do now. That's the whole intention of this question. Explore the world and meet more people, reconnect the people with whom I'm lost touch. And it's really interesting how easy it is to lose touch with people. Life just happens and yeah, you just lose touch. At the same time, it's very easy to get back in touch as well. You just send a text, send a hi, and or you just call up and you're back in touch. You don't need to like catch up on everything. You can just start with where you left off. That's pretty cool. Do as many things as possible from a fun side projects list. Spread happiness, gratitude to all. Share all my knowledge and experience. Learn how to earn from AI. Try to be a professional race car driver. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next thing. Keeping the above things in mind, the above two questions, we reflected on the money question, we reflected on the time question. Those were there for a reason. And now I want you to think about what are your top three goals for 2026. We can take time. Let me start after 5 seconds. So yeah, top three goals. I don't want you to put in 100 goals. Just think of them. If you want to write more, you can write more, but then sort in order of importance, like put the top three first. All right, you can put more if you want, but yeah, first three would be the ones that you would be spending your time intentionally on. All right, so let's start now. I want you to keep the answers of the above two questions in mind, because they are also part of you, in the sense that respect with respect to financial constraints and time constraints, what would you be doing? And I wanted to keep that in mind while answering this, because usually when we do this planning, without those questions, then you might just focus on one certain aspect of your life, but others are also equally important. So make sure that you do a holistic goal setting and not just in one direction. All right, let's type the answer in the chat and let's see those in three, two, one. Let's go. Get Hyrox ready, get an internship as a fitness coach, start studying for a certification in fitness, get more in touch with family, friends, get into a good company where I can maximize my learning, contribute, stay for the next 3, 4 years, more if it is good, work towards better health, physical and mental for everyone around me. That's pretty cool. Be calm and reliable for those around me. Travel to at least 2 places. Learn what it is to succeed in an AI 0 to 1 startup. Have at least 2 international and 4, 5 domestic vacations planned with family. Have a significant contribution ready for the down payment of new house. Find 1 hour intense work daily on my personal projects. Make better YouTube videos. Create and organize dinner. Nice. An outing with friends. Create a system to earn using AI. Travel across the world. Explore the hidden knowledge related to improving of health and spreading in the world for better health. Reading books consistently, traveling more, exploring new places, staying consistent with fitness, mainly through regular gym workouts. Get a SD job, back to gym, connect with more people, improve my fitness and diet, improve my backend developer skills, get a good high paying job, fix financial situation, leave current role, set myself up for doing startups full time, figure out my support system, very important, continue getting healthy. All right, let's do a quick rapid fire question like we did once before. So I want you to not think about this a lot and write whatever comes in your mind first. And the question is, if you could change one thing about yourself to better achieve your 3 goals, what would that be? So something that you feel is a thing that it might block progress on some of these goals. If there's something that you could change about how you work, how you operate, what would that be? So don't think about that much. Write whatever comes to mind. People who have not pressed enter yet, I wanted to think about it. I wanted to actually not think about it much. If there's, I'm sure we have a bunch of things that we could be improving on. What I want you to think about is what is something that, if changed, will help you to achieve the above goals better. All right, let's go through the answers. Not lose my patience. This is very important. Time management. I think this is the number one thing. Do not rush it. Um, all right. Opposite of time management, but yeah. Um, if it helps you achieve your goals better, more sustainable in the long run, that is something you need to figure out for yourself. Procrastination, assertive and express myself. Create a schedule routine for daily life and stick to it. My tendency to overthink, procrastination, be more intentional in where I spend my time and energy, have more control over my emotions, have me dictate how I respond to my emotions and not the other way around. I think if you just conquer this part, I think that just flows into every other aspect of your life. So super important. Perfectionism, procrastination. All right. Cool. All right, let's now move from goals to action items. So, keeping the same goals in mind, so goals हमने set कर दिए. Now let's move towards action items. And let's not take the whole year. So goals हमने पूरे year के किए थे. Let's take 1 quarter. So let's think about March end. We are at December end. Let's think about March end. What is something that we can do till March and end in terms of action items, not the goals. So I wanted to think about action items. what are some action items that we can take towards achieving our goals till March itself. So there's a time limit as well. Let's think about concrete action items. I don't want to think about you to think about कि हाँ ये कर सकते हैं वो कर सकते हैं, like very concretely what is something that we can do till March end. So let's take 3 minutes. Let's uh, put that in the chat. 30 seconds to go. If you have written it already, I want you to go through it again and try to make it more concrete, uh, less generic, more specific. All right, let's see those answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Plan a schedule, follow it. That helps me to learn more and solidify my knowledge for good company. Work out at least 3 days a week. That's pretty concrete. Training on AI, time management, list and complete daily actions. All right. Daily habit of meditation, 30 minutes. Daily habit of reading. Daily habit of journaling. All right. Handwritten, not typed. Spend 2 hours daily for personal skill development. 2 hours daily is a pretty good commitment. If you can do that, like nothing like it. What AI tools are available, how to use them, create a personal workit ready, post learnings on LinkedIn so I can learn from my connections, interact through comments, book tickets for March international trip, plan an itinerary, create an investment schedule apart from the default one that I have, finish 1 2 books, travel to at least one place, go to the gym 4 times per week. I have 2 ideas for video, shoot, edit, and publish it. Take 2 projects to get into MVP stage. Create at least 2 outing with friends, move to a new role, preferably in the US, continue my startup on the side. If not sustainable, pause it, sort out my gut health, daily habit on deep work for 2 hours, workout daily. All right. Uh, I want you to slice and dice it more. And I want you to just figure out some action item that can be done in 1 week itself. So we talked about 3 months right now. What is something that we can do in a week itself? Let's do slice and dice. And I want you to really think about what is the most important goal there and what is something that we can progress towards a concrete progress in 1 week itself. So let's think about that. 1 minute to go. Last question of today. Think about a concrete action item that you can do in a week itself. So let's say it's Jan 1st. What can we do in 1 week itself that brings us closer to our goals? And again, now you have read others' answers as well. So think about making yours more concrete. And in some sense, there's a deadline to it as well, which is 7 days. Um, I don't want you to overcommit to it, but also this will help you prioritize what action will actually lead to hitting your goal. All right, let's see the answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's press enter now. All right, sign up for a fitness class, attend 3 times that week. Very, very concrete. Get the schedule sorted for learning. List of questions I want to answer at the end of March. I think that's a great place to start with. Like, if you have the goal in place, you know where you want to go. Structure of a LinkedIn post. That's again a very concrete action item. Meditate 15 minutes in the morning, first thing after waking up. Optionally, repeat 15 minutes before bed. Have a wind down routine, last meal by then, no screens, 15 minutes of meditation, reading, and writing each, either journaling or planning for the next day. Get a rough script for one video, finish one pending feature on project, get one outing next weekend, plan and organize towards goal, clear the noise around, follow up on the internal role change. So that's again very concrete. Make as much progress as possible in the new direction. Empower the team, ask for help, pick one book, set a fixed reading time, read 20 minutes daily with a daily weekly goal of 150 pages, decide travel budget, destination, start creating a basic itinerary, fix a simple cardio schedule, and go to the gym 4 times this week, 4 days this week. All right. So good thing about that is uh, we actually have more than a week remaining in this year itself. So we don't need to wait for January 1st. We can do this action item before the year starts itself, so that when new year comes around, you are actually in that momentum and you can ride the momentum. Like, I've seen that there are 2 times in a year wherein that momentum really helps. First of them is the start of the new year itself, which is 1st of January, and the other is your birthday. So both of those 2 days I've realized that however you go through that momentum sort of subconsciously carries into you the entire year. So what I would recommend you is not wait till 1st January to get this action item done for the week that you have defined. It's 21st today. We have till 31. So we actually have 10 days. So there's no excuse or anything that we can do. Like, agar in 10 din mein we can do this 7 days ka action item, then we are all set towards achieving the goals that we have set for ourselves. So yeah, that is about it. I will just share the list of questions again in the chat in case you want to review them for future or you want to share with your friends or anyone. So I'm just sharing the entire list again. Let me just do that. Mhm. So the first five, these were for past reflection, and in some sense the next 6 to 11 were for future planning. So this was how this was designed. So feel free to share this with anyone you want. Feel free to share it on social media as well if you want. You can tag me in case you end up doing that. And yeah, that was about it for the session. Anything you want to share in the chat, or you can, if you want to unmute and share if anything that came up to you ki this is something that you realized um about your particular goal setting, you can share. Otherwise, yeah, that was about it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next year. Have a good year, folks.
Hey, yeah, hi. I like the way the entire session was what do you call structured. I like how it didn't just look like a bunch of random questions, but I like the firstly the progression of the questions, as in it first went from highlights, lowlights, and then it went more towards actionable. At first, it went by reflections, and then went towards actionable items, and even the action items, it went from like large goals to small goals to even smaller goals to even like daily actionable items like you do on a day basis or week basis. So it had a nice, like well thought out. It was not just a random, catch up call, and then we'll just speak about random stuff, what happened in the year, and then what we're going to do this thing. Or it's very well thought out session and everything. So yeah, I appreciate the thought and effort that you put into this, and I have also like actually even though in 1 hour, I've actually gotten a lot of insights and clarity, and now I feel that I do have some proper things to take away from the session and to work on. And yeah, that's it. So just yeah, putting on my appreciation for that for you.
Awesome, thanks for sharing. I see similar sentiment in the chat as well. So yeah, actionable. I think actionable is the most important ROI. Like if you're spending 1 hour on a Sunday morning, so it needs to be actionable. And yeah, uh, very informative, actionable, well timed. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Yes, Harshna.
Hello.
Yes, you're on mute, Harshna.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, it was like collecting all my thoughts together. It been like scatterbrained, and yeah, for the past few months, I had collected them, but overall, reflecting like good things and bad things, just gave me more sense of direction to move forward, and also put things down into smaller bits. So I think that helped. Thank you so much for this.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Cool. With that, we will wrap up this call today. Like I shared, if you would like to share this to other people, You can use the you can share this question list. You can copy it from the chat. You can share it to other folks. And if you'd like to share it on social media, you can do that as well. Cool, folks. That was it for today. Have a good rest of the Sunday. And yeah, Happy New Year in advance. Have a good one. Bye bye.